community that supports your children. So once again, welcome to Back to School Night. Our agenda for tonight. We're not quite there yet, but our agenda for tonight, we saw with the welcome from Principal Jujus. The operations team is going to be introduced, so you get a chance to know who does the work on the back end to support the work that we do. Then we're going to kick it over to the grade level teams. Again, giving you an opportunity to get to know who's on each team and what work that they do to support our children. And then the content teams will come forward and really talk a little bit about, give you an overview of the work that they're doing this year in each of their classes. Starting with the esteemed team, going to the humanities team, the diverse learners team, and then the SST, the student support team, is going to then follow to talk a little bit about graduation pathway, to give you a sense of, especially those who are in 9th grade, who haven't had this conversation at length just yet. What do you need to graduate from high school? Starting with the minimum, and then giving you an understanding of how do you graduate with honors, which is hopefully what we get from our kids. We're also going to give you an opportunity to hear on how you can support the learning, right? We can only do this in partnership. We can't do this on our end. You can't do it on your own on your end. But in partnership, we can certainly shepherd our kids to success. Next, coming to the mic is our beloved principal, Mr. Juice. That's me, I'm sorry. You didn't know. My name is Mr. Juice. Born and raised in Haiti. That's where the Juice come from. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. I know in high school, the one thing that we know is I'm a proud elementary school parent. And I know the level of involvement that my daughter gets, and my son who's now in the 10th grade, they're very different, right? And so by the time we get to high school, families kind of sometimes take a little bit of a step back, give a little bit more independence. We love it, and we know how much more impactful it is when families are involved the whole way. And again, as someone who is an educator, but also a parent who is going through the same with 2 children on 2 different grade levels, I know how important that is. And I commend you for making the effort to be here with us this evening to have this conversation, to learn a little bit about what it is that we're trying to do this year with your partnership with our external partners as well. Of course, it starts with our mission and vision. Nothing we do here, and I say this to my team and to the school community at large, nothing we do here is worth doing if it's not through the lens of our mission and vision. Because that's what we promised you that we're going to be doing with our kids. So, can I get... Tanil, can you read the mission and vision for us? I'm going to pass you the mic.
The AMS
should stand up so everybody can hear you nice and loud.
The AMS.
Can you tell everybody who you are? I just picked you out in the private. Not everybody knows who you are. So why don't you tell everybody who you are, what grade you are in, and then the mission vision, which is your
Hi, my name is Tanil. I'm in 10th grade. Our mission, the AMS IV Pride will engage in STEAM-based curriculum graduated as innovative problem solvers and global change agents prepared for their post-secondary journey. Our mission is to cultivate a STEAM learning environment strengthened by social, emotional, and academic supports that incorporate the values of perseverance, respect, dignity, discipline, and excellence to promote lifelong learning.
Come on. Today was great. Yes. That's the only time it's okay to stream. Thank you, Tennille. It's worth noting that Tennille is new to AMS IV, right? And it did that on purpose, because obviously that's what you signed up to be a part of, right? So you're part of our pride. So we are Pride of Lion, right? And every time we bring on a new member to our community, the thing that we say is welcome to the pride. And when we talk about pride, that's what that means, right? Perseverance, respect, integrity, discipline, and excellence to promote lifelong learning, right? And then of course, our cubs come in, and then 4 years later they leave, because lions always leave the pride, right? But they leave with purpose, right? With meaning. And so we want to give our students a fair shot at really being successful adults when they leave high school. The work that we do here cannot be work that we focus on the now. We're focused on the future. 4 years from now, when an 8th grader graduates from our school, 3 years from now, when Tennille graduates from our school, how will have we prepared her for her future, for her post-secondary journey? And so everything you hear tonight, from our guidance team, from our teachers, from our APs, from our ops team, everything we do, all the partnerships, it goes back to this. Because that is the promise that we made to you, but that's also the work that we want you to do with us. So, our school goals for the school year, my welcome back letter in August, I included some of the things that we're going to be focusing on. I wanted to kind of give you an overview and of course delve into the goals that we have for ourselves this year, but most importantly the goals that we have for our children. Every year as a school, we develop goals, SMART goals. And we have the same expectations of our kids, especially when they're doing their student conferences, which will be coming up in a couple of months, that they develop goals for themselves. Success cannot be reached if you don't have a destination. And so goals, that's what they serve, right? They serve a purpose of you defining where it is that you want to go. And so we help train our kids for their post-secondary journey to start building and creating goals. Last night I had a conversation with my son. He's got a 53 on his trigonometry exam. I'm glad he's not here because he'd be embarrassed. But it was an opportunity for me to be tough. But it was also an opportunity for me to have conversations with him about his goals. He wants to be an aeronautical engineer. And that's a goal that he set for himself. So one of the conversations we had last night was, well, when you apply to a school, they're going to look at your math scores, they're going to look at your science scores. So if your GPA is impacted by C's and D's in math and science, schools are going to look at you and say, well, maybe you're not ready for that field, right? And so we're preparing, and the conversation ended with a little activity that I did with him about tunnel vision, right? Setting a goal and putting your mind and looking at having tunnel vision towards that goal, but also creating a plan to get to that goal is an important part of the work. So we instill that in our kids as well. So, our school goals. We have 4 of them that we've developed together as a team. We started in the summer as a leadership team, and then we came back. When our teachers come back 10 days before our kids, school days before our kids come back. And so they also got an opportunity to unpack the goals and give us feedback around how we can work on these goals as well. And we'll continue to have conversations as well. So this year we're going to have a focus on mastering, but we want to know what our kids know so that we can, in our plans, we can really figure out specifically what needs each and every one of our kids have. If they're failing math, it's not because they're not completing their assignments. Yes, that's a big part of it. But what specifically is the issue, right? And so mastery grading is one of the moves that we're making as a school, and we're just in the starting phases of this work. Our SLT is working around grading for equity and really doing inquiry work so that we can support this. So to improve student mastery and overall summative scores, all AMS IV teachers will engage in mastery learning model cycle, at least once a trimester. So we're going to focus on assessment, review of assessment, changing our plans, reteach, reassess, and come back, right? That cycle is going to give us an opportunity to really gauge what our kids are at all times. For our diverse learners, which includes our multilingual learners, once upon a time it was called ESL, and then our students with disabilities, they're all in that bucket. We want to focus on them as well. If you come to our school on any given day, you'll see kids wearing these hoodies that on the back says 80 plus GPA, and on the sleeve it says what class they're part of. We make a big deal out of an 80% GPA or better here. And we do that because we know research shows that if a kid can maintain an 80% GPA in high school, they're far better, more likely to be successful. And so we put a focus on our multilingual learners and students with disabilities as well, expecting that same thing for them, that they achieve an 80% GPA or better. And so our goal is to move from 33% to 38% this year. In our mission statement, it talks about the wraparound support that we provide our students. So social emotional learning is big for us. We talked about the KDE, the key design elements that's at the core of our schools, in the network of schools that we're part of. SEL was always a part of that, right? And so we have an advisory that we really started 3 years ago that has taken hold of our school, and it's become a huge part of the work that we do. And so by June, at least 100% of our staff and at least 90% of our students will create a digital portfolio with trimester artifacts and reflections to showcase their professional academic growth. For our kids, we don't do parent-teacher conferences the traditional way. We do student-led conferences, SLCs. And so during SLCs, they'll get an opportunity to speak to their learning, their grades, not the teacher telling on them, but them having a conversation with you and their advisor about their progress. And from there, figuring out goals together that they're going to set to tackle the second half of the trimester. And then finally, we have our post-secondary goal. 90%, at least 90% of our students will have met the 80% of the comprehensive post-secondary benchmarks on their respective grade level. And each grade level has a breakdown of that, of the things that we want them to do. We also have a huge focus on community service to support post-secondary readiness. This year, for the first time, we're going to have an AMS IV Give Back Day. And so right before Christmas, every advisory is expected to find one cause in the community that they're passionate about, that they're going to go give back to on that day. So that's going to be, I think, December 21st. I can't remember the date. But every advisory is going to go out in the community and do something. Whether it's to help out at the local elderly home, whether it's baking cookies and bringing them to the fire department. I don't know, like we have so many ideas, random acts of kindness. A lot of advisories have already generated a number of ideas that they're going to incorporate in their advisories this year. We want our kids to know that this is their community, even if they don't live in the direct vicinity of the school. This is their community, and they need to do some good here as well. And the good will come back to them. So, again, we're committed to doing the work to not just to meet our goals, but to surpass them, to exceed them, because that's also what we want our kids to be able to do. So, I think you've heard enough from me this evening. I'm going to now turn it over to the operations team, led by our ADSO, Ms. Burke, and our ADBM, Mr. Dustin. Again, welcome.
Good evening, families. I think most of you here have met me. We've spoken numerous times. My name is Elaine Burke. I'm the Social Director of School Operations. I work alongside my amazing partner, Deron. They'll tell you a little about myself in a minute. Between the two of us, we run most of all of operations here at AMS IV. We are the background of everything that happens here. We support teachers to be able to do their jobs. My team will come up shortly and tell you everything about themselves, and I will.
Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Deron Gershron. I work alongside my amazing partner here, the ADSO, Ms. Burke. We've worked together for 8 years, I want to say, so it's been a long journey with Ms. Burke. I'm responsible for all the operations in the school, facilities, logistics, finance, permits, the whole works, food setup, decorations, the whole works. So we're here for you guys, and I'll pass it along to the team, all right? Enjoy, have a good night.
So I want to introduce you to the admin team, Ms. Eiffel, Ms. Eibel, and Ms. Marmol. Please come to the front. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ms. Eiffel, and I am the Family Outreach Specialist here at AMS IV. So I've pretty much done all of you guys' registration. We've talked about the summer. Also, I have jump-started yesterday alongside Ms. Burke. We started our FSA, so I hope some of you were able to attend. And we would like a lot of you, you should have received an email about becoming a part of our FSA. It's our Family School Alliance, pretty much, which is like a PTA in which we want to get our families involved in the things that we have going on here in the school community. So you're able to be a part of that. An email went out today in regards to if you would like to be a part of our board, our FSA board. If you have any questions, you could always reach out to myself or Ms. Burke. And I'll turn it over to the rest of the admin team.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ms. Eibel. I'm the operations coordinator with a focus on attendance. So whenever your beautiful scholars are absent from school, you'll be getting a phone call or email from me just to figure out the reason why, so we can make sure that they are up to date on the classroom. You know, education is very important. So I need to let the teachers know the reason why they're absent to make sure that they don't get left behind in that regard. And of course, if there are any doctor's appointments that you guys are aware of, please let the main office know. I also send out emails with my personal email included. You can always let me know, or even the scholar can come to my office or the main office and let us know ahead of time. Because I don't need to get creamed out on your cell phones when you're in the doctor's office trying to get things done. So that's what I do. I'm always open and available to help anybody that has any questions. That's part of the operations team. Now I'll hand it over to Ms. Swan.
Good evening, everyone. Buenas noches. Thank you for coming. So my title is Operations Assistant, and I do assist Ms. Eibel in the morning with taking attendance to the children, I'm also collecting all of the important documents that we have provided to you this evening. You will be receiving emails from me to give you the opportunity to fill out some forms by email as well. I am also managing the immunizations for the 11th and 12th graders. I work at the main office, which is IVO, so we are the ones that are in the front. If you call the school, we will be picking up the phone. Again, anything you need, we're here to help you. To the messages as well.
I'd like to introduce our wonderful technology team.
So parents, my name is Mario. I'm the tech guy, and I do most any technology, anything technology really. And I take photos and do a lot of other stuff. I don't do Texas. Here's how.
Hello parents, everyone. My name is Alan Taylor. I'm also the other tech guy. DJ, photographer, videographer, MC. We're here to service you guys as the operations team. We're here on the social media, the website. No, please. No. And yeah, we're just here to serve you guys, so thank you.
Thank you, Ops team. Again, the point of this evening is to know your school, right? Who is working in your school? What do they do? How do they serve you and your children and the school community at large? Ninth grade.
Ninth grade advisors?
Leading the ninth grade, should I say anything? Coming to the stage.
Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone. Happy Thursday. I probably spoke to many of you already. My name is Miss Thomas. There are two Miss Thomases here, but I'm L. Thomas, and I'm the assistant principal of ninth grade. I've been calling homes to introduce myself, verify your contact information, and to share my personal cell phone number. We're really excited for us to be collaborating with you this year.
Good evening, everyone. I am Mrs. I. Thomas. I am the ninth grade school counselor. I'll be here to support your children with all their social, emotional, and academic needs. I believe that the one-on-one thing you need, and they all know they are my besties. So thank you for sharing with me, and I'm excited to take the next 4 years journey with them.
Good evening, my name is Merrill, Algebra 1 and advisor, and I'm here to help them as much as I can.
Good evening, my name is Mr. Mohan, and I teach living environment and earth science. I'm also the advisor for some of the ninth grade students. I also call some parents, so most of you are familiar with my voice. I'll be very happy to see you in a few minutes.
Good evening, I'm Mr. Richardson. I teach ELA and global history, and you can see we're a nice, friendly bunch. We more than happy to make contact with you about any great things or questions you have about the school. Feel free to reach out to us. And thank you for coming out tonight.
My name is Mr. Foote. I teach earth science and environmental science. I also am a ninth grade GLT advisor, so most of you already heard from me, so hopefully it's going well.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ms. Lasco. I'm the ninth grade ELA teacher.
Hey, I'm Miss Palma. I do algebra and geometry, and I'm excited to I am excited to have the next year with you guys.
I'm not sure if they say the best for last, but just showing up. Anyways, I'm Mr. Fulcini. I teach global studies, global history 9. I have most of my grade class, so if you have questions or something, reach out. I try to be available and interesting when you talk. Thank you.
If an advisor has a hard time reaching you, so advisors will be reaching out to share updates about students, and also your child's advisor will be the person who you'll be scheduling the SLC with, that Ms. Mitchell spoke about, the student-led conference. But if they have a hard time reaching you, I'll be reaching out as well, because we are in a partnership with you, and being able to communicate with you is extremely, extremely important for your child's success. So we look forward to having an amazing year. We'll be sharing good news, and we'll also be calling with concerns, and we look forward to you being a collaborator with us in this process.
10th grade.
Grade, GLT, please come on. Welcome, parents. Welcome, parents. All right. Yes, 10th grade advisors. GLT said yes. All right, so welcome, parents. My name is Joseph Douglas. I am the assistant principal for 10th grade and also diverse learners. This is a wonderful team of champions. We lead the students in 10th grade. Also, we have a lot in store during this school year. This is all the years of high school are important, but this is definitely one of the important years because of all the high stakes exams that they take, as well as a lot of other opportunities that open up even more so as they prepare for post-secondary goals. So I would like to introduce our wonderful school counselor.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jasmine Townsend, and I'm the 10th grade school counselor. And I'm familiar with a lot of you guys, and then I got a lot of new people, transfers and guys just did it well. So we're just excited to kick off the school year and continue all of the great work that we did last year and just take it up a notch so that we can prepare them to go on their post-secondary journeys and whatever they want to do.
Hi, I'm Ms. Alexander. I teach visual arts as well as studio digital arts. I'm also a 10th grade advisor to 16 students, and I look forward to meeting with you in a while.
Hi, good evening. I'm Judy Hilton. I refer to 10th grade as the sassy group because sophomores are just the most challenging groups. It's an amazing time for me. I really enjoy teaching together. So I'm hoping that everything works out very, very seamless, and also most of the advisors support the students. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Barbosa, and I teach geometry and advising.
Hi, good evening. My name is Mr. Youth. I teach earth science. I'm also the 10th grade advisor.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Mr. Accurso. Most of the students call me Mr. Ed. Besides being a 10th grade advisor, this year I am teaching Global 10 and ELA 10. Nice to meet you.
Hi everyone, my name is Ms. Levy. I teach African American history and global 10.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mrs. Smith, and I teach Black literature. Good to see you all.
All right, thank you again. And as I said, we will definitely be speaking to you in a few moments. Please let us know the best way of communicating with your parents. Of course, the traditional way is through phone call, but if you prefer to be email or text, please let your advisors, the advisors of your students know, and we'll be in touch very soon. Great to see you all.
11th grade. And I'll ask 12th grade to get ready right after so we can stay within our time.
GLT Levy.
11th grade families in the house? My name is Miss Erickson, Miss James, not changed on the email yet. I'm the AP for this grade level.
Good afternoon, Mr. Nikan, physical education. I am here to push the youth physically as well as academically. Pushing 40 minutes activity, new to the field. No, not new to the field, new to AMS. However, not new to the field. I'm here to support you.
Hi, good evening. I'm Ms. Parker, 11th grade school counselor. I'm speaking with our beautiful scholars regarding, of course, credits, transfers, and getting them ready for post-secondary life.
Hi, I'm Ms. Zhang. Students always call me Ms. Kane too. I teach mentoring, and I'm also in 11th grade class.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Mr. Sachs. I teach ELA 11. I'm also 11th grade advisor.
Hello, I'm Ms. McCoy. I teach health and education.
Hi everyone, Mr. Miller, U.S. History.
Hi everyone, this is Mr. K. I teach Algebra 2 or Trigonometry.
Good evening, I'm Ms. Randall. I teach chemistry.
Hi everyone, I'm Rocco Capiche. I teach music here, general music, and also class piano at the first.
Parents in 11th grade, we focus on post-secondary readiness, so we start the journey getting ready for SATs. In trimester 3, your students will take launch and career readiness, which will continue to support.
The 12th grade team is led by Assistant Principal of School Culture and Climate, Mrs. Anna Cruz, who couldn't be with us this evening. So I'm going to turn it over to the team to introduce themselves. And these are the people who shepherd the kids out the gate in June. So led by Mrs. Arias, who started the journey with them 4 years ago.
I'm Mrs. Arias. I am 12th grade counselor. I have followed my babies, as I like to call them, for 4 years. It's a big year for all of us. We're very excited. I see some 12th graders in here, so it's good to see you and parents.
Good evening, I am Miss Santiago. I actually started this journey with these kids online 4 years ago, so I get to see them complete their high school journey, and I have the privilege of taking them this year in an elective class on Latin American and Caribbean Studies, and I am also one of the 12th grade advisors.
Good evening, parents. My name is Mr. Lulu. I am teaching French and Spanish, and I am the advisor for the 12th grade.
Hello, my name is Ms. Brooks. I teach physics and environmental science. We try to make the physics fun. After all, it's just math with toys.
Good evening, my name is Christine Kavanaugh. I'm the English as a New Language instructor and the 12th grade advisor.
Good evening, my name is Mr. Muir. I'm new to the school, so far so good. I've not been in a better school than this. I'm diverse learners, ELA and economics. I'm also an advisory for 12th grade, 13 scholars.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Michael Stewart. I'm the economics, civics, and personal finance teacher for all 12th grade students. I'm also a 12th grade advisor. Basically, what I try to impart is not just being in high school and graduating, but instilling some of the disciplines and skills necessary for life after. You know, things like credit and investing and stuff like that. things I didn't really need to know. So I really wanted to come to school, especially our first period students. I really need to see you guys come to school. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Mrs. Sassaman and I teach English 12. Thank you.
Sorry, there was one more member missing, and that's Miss Laura, our grade level social worker. She does 11 and 12th grade. She just welcomed her second baby girl this past weekend, so you will see her back in hopefully January. But yes.
Also connecting to grade levels, so Ms. Laura does the upper school. Ms. Suku, can you come forward because you are 9th and 10th grade, so at least can you stand so everybody can see Ms. Suku? I know, it's a weird dynamic, but please stand, everybody, this is, no, I'm not gonna say, everybody spoke for themselves. I know, everybody has to speak.
Hi everyone, I'm Ms. Suku. I am the social worker for 9th and 10th grade. I didn't come before because I didn't want to play favorite. While Ms. Laura is out, I will be supporting the 11th and 12th grades as well.
Anytime. Okay, moving along, because we gotta get you to advisory soon. You gotta get up and walk to class. Okay, so obviously you got to meet all the support that's behind the work, right? And of course when the kids come in, this MCing thing is not for me. Wait, one more time. Okay. Oh.
So my name is Francis. I am the data specialist. I do programming and testing. You'll be getting an email from me weekly, and please reach out with questions.
So I'm clearly not good at this. So I've asked Mrs. James, well, Mrs. James has volunteered to leave me of this because I'm just not good at it. So I'm going to turn it over to the esteemed team to talk instruction.
Can our esteemed teachers make their way to the front, please? So in addition to supporting 9th grade, I'm also the assistant principal of esteemed. And tonight, each of the different teams are going to share with you some things you should be aware of in terms of what we expect of students in the school, and also some ways that you can support them at home to achieve success. So I'll pass it over to the science team.
Good evening again, everyone. Just in case you missed it the first time, I'm Mrs. Bullhead. This time I got it correct. I teach living environment in 9th grade and earth science. Lucky me, they gave me 2 Regents classes this year, as if I'm not stressed enough. Basic expectations. Show up to the work, you're gonna pass. As I tell my kids in living environment, this 85% vocab. If you know the words and you do it by heart, you do it by head, there is no reason you're going to fail this class. Art science, you've got to try to push. You're going to make sure that we do this. If you work with me, I'll work with you 100%. I need parents' involvement in all steps of doing. I know our kids have the ability to do this. I just need you guys to help me and help Ms. Thomas and the entire STEAM team to make sure that your kids have a successful first year, which builds upon the other 3 years for them to come. Thank you. Okay, so the sequence of the science team, we're gonna have living environment, which is our 9th grade babies. They're introduced to that. If our students have the 9th grade living environment already, they'll move on to earth science. Then they get to meet Ms. Raphael for chemistry. Earth science is Mr. Ewan, as he's introduced himself before. Then after chemistry, they move on to the beautiful Ms. Brooks for living and environmental science. And then to Ms. Brooks again for physics. Again, we said that our kids need to have 1,200 minutes of lab time. They're doing labs in physics, they're doing it in living environment, and earth science along with chemistry. Students' expectations, we do this every single day, we do it over and over with our children. They need to complete all their student activity guide, 100% completion. We walk them through it. It should not be something difficult for them. We're always here for help. Work that is not finished in class is automatically assumed that it's homework. All labs must be completed. They each have a lab folder for all of their classes. These lab folders are left in the room. The kids are generally responsible for their folders, their neatness, and every content inside of it. Study for and take checkpoint quizzes, which are very frequent. We need to make sure that what we're putting into them is being retained, and we find that at checkpoint, students haven't retained information. We reteach the concepts until they get it. We're a school that is built to make sure that all kids pass through the system, but pass through the system successfully. Also, study for and complete end-of-unit projects and exams. From time to time, it can be overwhelming, but the kids need to be tested on their knowledge and retention. Things you can do to support your child. Again, we're going to walk you guys through this. Check Power School, make sure the kids are turning in the work. A lot of them are smart. They know you guys are checking it, they're turning in the work, but it's blank. We got a lot of Picassos here. They're painting a lot of pictures for parents, which are not accurate. Sometimes you gotta open those assignments and then boom. Okay? Again, you must be able to help your kids go through their Power School, keep track of them. Sometimes they need that extra push from you. We can only do so much. Sometimes we mess up or we miss a few kids. We really would be happy if we had your support 100%. Again, Ms. Frances Lee sent out an email every Monday. She lets you know what subjects your kids are failing and what support is going to be offered to them. Again, please, when you know kids are being quizzed, please work with them, help them as best as you can. We truly appreciate you reaching to us at any point in time. Again, it's about partnership, and we really, really do need you guys to be there for us. Thank you. For technology, we offer robotics, and we also have NAF and AIT Academy. Congratulations to the students who are in there. We did our first parent info meeting about a week ago. And the expectations are the same. As Ms. Wilmer said, students have activity guides. We do use Google Classroom, which gives us a lot of information about how students work. We can see that they're sharing documents, we can see that they're copying and pasting online, and a lot of times they're submitting blank documents. And so it's really helpful to sit with your child with Google Classroom and figure out what is it that my child is actually submitting to be able to earn a grade. Check your Power School. Even if you don't remember your password, your child knows their password. Sit with your child, open that computer, let's go through your grade, click on the grade. Each grade will tell you what assignments your child has completed or do have missing.
Hi, my name is Alexander. I co-teach the arts with Mr. DJ. So in the art, students are selected to maintain pieces of artwork. We're going into a new portfolio system, but right now they're keeping their work so that they could be able to show during their SLTs. They should check their Google Classroom daily for expectations and expectations, especially in my class. My classes are hands-on and the other class is computer. So the Google Classroom is basically where they would go to get the research information that they need for the modules that they need to do. And then there is
So I'm Rocco DePice, and I teach music here. I get general music and also class piano for the first time. And in our class piano classes, of which we have 3, the most important thing is for students to be on time. And as soon as they arrive to class, they need to sit at the keyboard and begin working on their new now assignment, which is often the scales and exercises and warm-ups and songs that they just learned in the last 2 to 3 classes. If they do that and use their time wisely in class, within a few months, all of them will be playing simple songs and simple warm-ups and being on their way. But they do have to be playing. You can't learn the piano thinking about it or reading about it. You have to be doing it. And then in our general music class right now, all of our students are learning what we call the musical alphabet, which if you ever see on paper, it looks like hieroglyphics to people who don't understand it. But within a few weeks, nearly all of our students should understand what they're looking at and know what all of the little symbols mean. And then we'll be learning all the different instruments of the orchestra, and learning about jazz and classical music and all of that. So it's really fun. It's one of the only classes in our lives that we'll spend half the time listening to music. And that's probably one of the most important things I'll emphasize in our class. In our last lesson, in Music 1 class, I told our students that God gave them 1 mouth and 2 ears, not 5 mouths and a half ears. So I told them the number 1 thing you need to learn here is to listen. And I teach them that we don't passively listen to music, we actively listen to music and how to do that. And
Power School. So each week I put in progress rates in Power School, and my students have to sign in. I've gotten emails from you where your students have been marked absent. They have to sign into my class. It's just like going to work. They have to punch in. They have to sign into the class. But each week you will see in Power School I'm really diligent about putting in progress rate, and my phone number is available if you have to call or text me.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Barbosa, lead teacher, geometry teacher. And here at AMS IV, we have Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2 as your region-based classes. We also offer statistics and SUNY statistics as well as SUNY calculus. Our student expectations is very similar to science. We have daily notes, we call them student activity guides. And if they are not completed during class, the expectation is it becomes your homework. And it is checked on a regular basis. It does get entered into Power School. And things you can do to support your child, again, mirroring everything else that we have said prior, check your child's Power School. A lot of the answers to your questions are right in that website. Nice.
Humanities, come on down. Again, this is Jamie/Erickson. So humanities is ELA, social studies, world languages, and phys ed. ELA team.
Hello again, everyone. I'm Michael Sachs, ELA 11. Right? Just take you through a little bit about ELA. You'll do it every year. Your kid will take their regions in 10th grade, right? And it's pretty much the same frame, right? Practice reading, practice writing, you give the text, hopefully progressively more advanced based on grade level. And the expectations and what you do support them are pretty consistent with what you've already heard. Stay on top of the grade with higher school, can't stay on top of their assignments in the classroom, and students are expected to be there, get the work done, and conduct themselves properly in the classroom.
Hello, I'm Ms. McCoy again. I do health education, so students only need 1 year of it. They meet with me every other day. We cover topics like mental health, we talk about substance abuse, relationships. They just need to be on time, complete all their tasks, their classwork, follow our classroom norms, and utilize Google Classroom and PowerSchool. You guys have visibility of all of it, so if you miss class, make sure we're looking online, seeing what we're missing, and coming and grabbing it.
Again, Mr. Nian. Here we go. So PE, come prepared, change. We haven't entered the locker room yet. I'm just building trust. I think that this coming week we're gonna open up the locker rooms with good behavior from you. Be on time, committed. First period, that could be an issue. Parents. Be engaged, right? Be accountable, right? Because all of you are accountable as soon as a report cards come around. Practice staying physically active, like I said, 45 minutes. Yeah, we're good there. PE, listen to me.
Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Miller again. So through 9th grade, 10th, 11th, and 12th, there are 4 total years for social studies courses. In 9th grade, you have Global History 1, to learn about unrestricted cultures and languages. Global 2 is 10th grade, and US History, 11th grade. 10th and 11th grade for Regents exam, and 12th grade is economics, personal finance, and participation in government and civics stuff. And then our elective courses are Intro to Latin American and Caribbean Studies, which is brand new this year, and our SUNY Intro to African American Studies as well. All right, so for the world language, so we have 2 languages. In school, we have Mandarin 1 and 2, and then French 1 and 2. So for the second level, Mandarin and French, we have the regions. So what do we expect for students to be able to speak and write fluently the language, and to be able to understand the culture of each language? And how can parents get support our students to get support through Google Classroom, so make sure that to check weekly what assignment students have on Google Classroom. And also you can practice some worksheet with your students. I know language can be fun when you practice with your child, so that's the best way you can support them.
All right, diverse learners team, please join us.
Okay, family, so we are the diverse learners team. Most of our members are here. We are going to pretty much talk about what services that we provide on our team here at AMS IV. The services that we provide are for students who consider to be struggling readers, as well as those who need interventions. They don't necessarily have an IEP, but there are those who do. And they are also some students who are considered multi-language learners. So that's part of what we offer. We also offer an ICT program here at AMS IV. And for those who don't necessarily qualify or need an IEP, we do provide another pathway, which is called the 504. And that's renewed annually. So that's pretty much in a nutshell what we provide here and what we support. Also would like to pass the mic so that way Ms. Lippert can go into other supports that we provide.
So
So the services we provide are things like making sure that we're on top of them, sure that we provide supports. If your child gets speech therapy or occupational therapy, physical therapy, those services are provided by us. And I don't know what else to say.
That's fine. Thank you. Excellent. Okay. ICT STEAM. Ms. Palmer.
Hi, so once again, I'm Ms. Palma. I support with algebra and geometry, but pretty much all across throughout the board, we need you to be on top of your scholars and make sure that everyone is submitting their work. Because as of right now, some of us do not have complete finders, and that's been an issue. Also, as again, we reiterate, whatever work that we do not finish in class becomes schoolwork. Some of us do not do our homework, and then come find our checks, it's empty, it's incomplete, and then our grades become lower. Also, we do have weekly quizzes, and we can study for them. So again, just be on top of it at home.
All right. Thank you. ICT Humanities.
Hey everybody, Mr. Accurso again, along with Ms. Alante and Mr. Muir. We do the special education for humanities. And hand it off to this fine gentleman to give you a little more.
Surprise quiz! I got everybody awake. Seriously, we'll do a surprise quiz and I'll give away this bottle of water. We'll get through this next. So we work on the humanities side. So the kind of things that we do for support is we break down tasks and projects. We learn how kids perceive the world and try to build up their knowledge set from that. But the single greatest thing that everybody here can do, and that includes adults, by the way, is work out something with your child, an agreement of sort. And the single greatest thing, if you want to help your ELA score and your test, is to read. Read a book. This is actually written by a 9th grader at our school. It was published over the year. I'm not sure I didn't see her here today. She went here. But in the libraries, the greatest thing in the city is the library. Libraries are free. And all the books in the library are free to you now. They kind of just let you take them and keep them if you like them. So I would work out a deal, child, adult. Everybody reads for 30 minutes a day. If you want to see improvement in your child's reading and literacy score, the greatest thing that you can do is have your child read for 30 minutes a day.
Hello again, I'm Ms. Kaplan. I am an English as a new language teacher, and I work with the multilingual learners who seem to need either 1 period a day or 2 periods a day, depending on their level of proficiency. Things that I expect of them are to be here and to be on time, to have a growth mindset, embrace the challenges that are facing them, look for opportunities to use the language whenever they can and ask questions. And things you can do at home, encourage good sleep habits, good study habits, and encourage their use of the English language, but also continue to support them in using the native language, because those skills that they build in the native language transfer to English. And that's my contact information. Please feel free to reach out. I'm looking forward to working with you and your children this year.
All right, Mrs. Smith, awesome. Also, Mrs. Smith teaches Black literature this year, so she's part of the humanities team as well.
Good evening, family. Wilson is basically a foundational reading program, and it's focused mostly on phonics. And what you can do to help all of yourselves, not only in Wilson, but read at least half an hour a day.
Okay, we're going to have someone from the SST team. Please come up. I think that Mr. Lovins, the juice actually is going to teach us.
I'm just going to turn it over to him.
Good evening again, everyone. We introduced ourselves individually when we came up with our grade level. Though we are a part of the different grade levels, together we make the student support team. And I'm just going to share with you the roles and responsibilities for the counselors. We all oversee all of the scholars' social, emotional, and academic needs throughout the years while they're with us. We move up with our scholars, so I myself, I'm with the 9th grade. Next year, when they become 10th graders, I will be with them, and so forth and so on. We also meet with them for academic advisement throughout the trimesters. We provide mitigated counseling to those who have those services that they receive throughout the year here in our school. And we are a liaison between yourself and the teachers who teach them.
Right, so she said everything, and basically our main goal is to make sure that all scholars are on track every year as far as credits and regions are concerned, because those are the things that get them out the door for graduation. Up here you'll see the average amount of credits per year that a scholar should have. 9th grade would be less than 11 credits. 10th grade would be 11 to 20 credits with at least 2 regions. 11th grade would be 21 to 32 credits with at least 4 regions for a regions diploma and at least 6 regions for the advanced regions diploma. And you'll know which track you're on based off the one-on-one academic advisors that we're having. In 12th grade, you should have at least 33 credits, at least 4 regions for the regions diploma and at least 6 regions for the advanced regions diploma.
So just really quickly on behalf of myself and Ms. Laura, who's not here, we do individual and group counseling. So if you feel as though your child may benefit from receiving any sort of SEL support from us, please feel free to contact myself or Ms. Laura. We also do a lot of crisis intervention, classroom observation. We are on the attendance team. So if you get a call from myself or Ms. Laura, that means your child has been absent at least 15 times. And I'm also the housing liaison for AMS IV. So I can provide support for anyone who may be in temporary housing. I've included some resources for you guys. You guys are going to get it in your email. For anyone who may have housing insecurity, I've included food banks, immigration and legal advice, crisis hotline, and mental health entitlements links. I've also included the main office. You can call the main office and ask for myself or Ms. Laura. As mentioned before, Ms. Laura will be out until the end of the year. Or you can also shoot us an email.
Hi everyone, my name is Ms. John. I am the work-based learning coordinator, basically helping your students with receiving any activities that can help them for their post-secondary goals. So that looks like, having a career fair, job shadowing. We just had a post-secondary fair for the students, so they got that opportunity. Just a few key things. We will have certain benchmarks that each grade level has to meet. One of that being having to attend the fair, so we already crossed that off for a lot of students that were in attendance. We also have a lot of partnerships where students will get the ability to have internship access. We have something new coming up, partnering with the Public Library called Project Lit, where your student will get the opportunity to do photography, podcasting. More information on that is coming out, and students and their parents need to be in agreement due to the time, so that's something important that I want you guys to look out for. Oh, and I said a weekly bulletin, just letting you know different resources, so I want you to pay attention to that as well. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Ms. Collins, and I am the post-secondary college advisor. So I'm also the college and career readiness teacher. I work closely with the 11th and 12th graders, so your students, they usually see when they're getting ready to go out the door. So we do college applications, personal statement, college essays, the class of 2019, all the way down to the class of 2023. We have $4.1 million in scholarships. And every student who applies to college receives at least one or more acceptances. And our scholarships include HBCUs, CUNY, SUNYs, and private. And our post-secondary outcome has outpaced city, state, and national averages. So we are definitely committed to make sure your child has effective post-secondary plan. Thank you.
So, before we go to the next phase, or the final phase of the night, I wanted to introduce one member of the Dean team who is here with us tonight. Thank you so much for making the time to be out here with us tonight. So introduce yourself and the families know who you are.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. There's no slide here for me, but I'm ashamed from the heart. I am the Dean Coordinator as well as the 10th grade Dean. All y'all babies are my babies. I'm an extension of y'all. You provide structure, discipline, leadership, counsel, mentor. Anything you guys need, you can always give me a call. My email should be in the system. You guys can reach out. And hopefully you guys won't be hearing from me on negative, you'll be on positive. Okay?
All right, so now it's time for you to meet your child's advisor one-on-one, or just a little bit, if you bear with us. And also, if you haven't been here a while, if you've been here with us for more than a year, so that gives you an opportunity to see the faces, right? So we're going to transition to advisory. We're going to be in advisory for about 15 minutes. So your advisor can talk to you a little bit about what advisory is and what kind of support, and give you whatever form we have to fill out. Advisors just exited to wait for you in their classrooms. When you came in, you received this bird. When you came in, you received you want to let everybody know how you want them to move? So, from the advisory, we're going to dismiss from the evening. So before we do so, I want to say thank you so much once again for taking the time to come out and seeing us. Don't leave just yet. We're just going to transition to advisory. I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Burke to give you the logistics.
Hello guys. All in front of your folders, it has your advisor, in the classroom that you're attending. You can either go out this way, I would like for you to go out this way, or take you straight to the first floor.